So surrender doesn't mean that we give up. That's not surrender. That's actually what it is, giving up. Maranadidirichade, akirtir. Better than that, Krishna says, go, it's better to die. Surrender means, look, I understand that there are things that are beyond my control. And it is absolute ignorant of me to try and control things that are not in my control. At the same time, I do understand that there are things that are in my control. His question is, what should one truly keep in mind so they truly surrender to Bhagavan or Guru? I think surrendering to Bhagavan is far more important than surrendering to a Guru. Because if the Guru is real, he or she will take the surrender from you. So any artificial attempt must never be made to surrender to anybody who's in a human form. That person is bound to make mistakes. So you don't want to be caught up in a cult or a blind faith of any kind. So, yat kroshi, yad rashnasi, yad jhoshi, dadhasi, yat tapasyasi dikante, tad kurushva madarpanam. Arjuna had the same question. So Krishna said, look, whatever you do, yat kroshi, yad rashnasi, yad jhoshi, dadhasi, yat, whatever tapasya you do, whatever yajna you do, whatever good you do, whatever bad you do, just surrender all that to me. That would lead you to the ultimate state of consciousness, of sannyasa. But what does it mean that surrender that to me? Because Krishna also later said, Sarvadharman paritaj mamekam sharanam raj aham tam sarpabhyabhyo mokshashyami makshaja. Surrender unto me, Kante, and live fearlessly, live freely, because I would relieve you of all the so-called sins that you might have committed in your life. Surrender doesn't mean that every day we get up and we do the same set of things, which may include hurting others, injuring others, harming others, and then in the evening we go, Prabhu sab aapko samarpan kiya. Right? Throughout the nation, we sing this arti, Tera tujhko lage, kya lage mora. But then we check our pockets, 5 rupees zyada to nahi chalege thali mein. Right? Happens all the time. So, shabdon se, with your words, we can fool some people. As I say, you can fool some of the people all the time and all of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. But you can never fool the one who's seated inside you. How do you fool somebody who's you? Tora man darpan kehlai. So surrender truly means to be grateful for all that you have and to be constantly striving for a better version of yourself. Otherwise, Krishna would not say to Arjuna, Tasmaduttishta kanta yuddhaya kritanishcha. When Arjuna said, look, I don't want to fight, nayatu siti manyate, Krishna could have said, chalo bhaiya, fir ghar chalte hain. अब लड़ ही नहीं रहे तो क्या करना है? अब युद्ध में आप उन्होंने तो पहले ही संकल्प लिया था कि I will not take the shastra in my hands. तब ऊपर से अर्जुन भी बोले मुझसे युद्ध नहीं होगा, too hard. ना प्रमुख धृतराष्ट्र अपनों कजन्स को मार के क्या करेंगे? मेरी इंद्रियां शिथिल हो रही हैं, मेरा मुख सूख रहा है, अर्जुन ने कहा. Krishna could have said, too bad, all right then, let's call it quits. But what did he say? Hato va prapyasya swargam jitva va bhokshasya mahim tasmad uttishta kanta yuddhaya kritaneshcha. Come on, Arjun, what are you talking about? This is not for you. Get up, fight. Either die and be happy in some other world, or you come back a winner and you claim what's yours. So surrender doesn't mean that we give up. That's not surrender. That's actually what it is, giving up. Maranadidirichade, akirtir. Better than that, Krishna says, go, it's better to die. Surrender means, look, I understand that there are things that are beyond my control. And it is absolute ignorant of me to try and control things that are not in my control. At the same time, I do understand that there are things that are in my control. I can choose whether I want to lift my foot to take a step. But once I've lifted one foot, I cannot make the next choice on my own alone. I've already made a commitment. That foot or the other foot's going to go up or down or something like that. So surrender means that, look, I understand there are things that are not in my control, but having said that, there are things that are in my control, and those that I do have some control over, let me absolutely give it my best shot. And let me not settle for anything less. Yukta har viharasya yukta cheshthasya karmasu yukta swapna bodhasya yoga bhavati dukha. Then you develop the wisdom, Krishna says, the kind of yoga that takes your dukha away, is the one where you lead your life in some sort of balance. ऐसा नहीं कि रात को 7 बजे Netflix ऑन किया तो 2 बजे तक देख रहे हैं and then feeling bad. Having that sort of control on your mind that you are going to lead a mindful life and give it the best you can. I mean, it is a bank account, right? Every day it goes down to 0 in the morning, and then you're given those 21,600 breaths or whatever, and you've got that balance to spend. You've got a whole day. What have you done with it? And that's all that's going to make the difference. Second is, if you have adopted a path, you've got to dig deep. As the famous story with the Sufi saint Junaid goes, he was walking with his disciples and there was a man digging a well. 10 feet later, he gave up. He tried another place. Another 10 feet later, he gave up, tried another place. Junaid said he'll never get the water he's after because he's giving up too early, too fast. After putting in too little effort, you've got to go 60, 80, 90 feet right in the same place. Otherwise, there is no hope. So when you take somebody on as your guru or you commit to a path, it's important to walk a little before you decide it's not for you. It takes time. Great things take time to manifest in one's life.